Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Merchant Seaman community where men and women are not alone at sea because the Merchant Seaman community is here for he or she. Please take 10 seconds, hit the like button, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and leave a comment. I've written a book called The Complete Guide to Becoming a Merchant Seaman, How to Make $5,000 to $10,000 a month without a GED or high school diploma. The link for it will be in the description. It's available on Amazon. Thank you in advance for purchasing the book. When you purchase the book, please leave a short review and leave a 5-star rating. Also, in the description notes, there will be a link for you to go and purchase your Merchant Seaman community merchandise. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what to expect during phase 2 of the SIU apprenticeship program. We have a lot to talk about. You'll see me guys look, you guys will see me looking away, and I'll be reading from my notes because I don't want to miss anything. So it's a lot that I would like to share with you guys and gals. Briefly, before I go into what to expect with phase 2, we're going to talk about some things in phase 1 that I want to mention. Okay, so when I was there wasn't a training ship, but they do have a physical ship at the school now, and I believe it goes out on the weekends. So that way, you will at least have a chance to experience what it's like to be out on a real ship during phase 1. Um, um, Also, one of the things that you want to pack before you start the apprenticeship program is you need to get at least a 64 gigabyte USB or memory stick. It can be bigger than a 64 gigabyte, but if it's at least 64 gigabyte, that should be enough. And you want to also bring a laptop. So before you even leave the to come to the program for phase 1, make sure you already have those things. And it doesn't have to be an expensive laptop, just a simple laptop that you can use. You can put your memory stick in it, and you can use a memory stick with it. It also would probably be a good idea to get one that has a DVD player as well. Um, yeah, that way, when you're out on the ships, that there normally is always a lot of DVDs. You can watch some of those DVDs on your laptop. Now, during phase 1, you want to make friends with people at the school that are ahead of you in the program. Like, there'll be people in the program that's 1 month ahead of you, 2 months ahead of you. There'll be people in at the school that's in phase 3, phase 4, phase 5 of the program. There'll be people at the school that are already a part of the union, and they're coming back to the school to take some classes. Okay. As you make friends with these people, ask them about what ship they went out on for phase 2, and if they have a copy of their C project. That way, when if you end up going on that same ship for phase 2, then you can use the information in their C project to help you complete your C project. Now, don't copy their answers word for word. Look at their answers and reword it, or you can just use their answers as a reference to understand the question better. To understand the question better. Also, you will need to discipline yourself and work on your C project every day. Um, it's a lot of pages. I don't remember exactly how many pages in the C project, but it was a lot of pages. But just relax. Don't get overwhelmed. You have 90 days to complete it. So they have a saying: "How do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time." So just set a goal every day. Okay, I'm going to complete 10 pages of the C project. Also, on the days when there may be not a whole lot going on, when you're working on the ship, ask your supervisor, hey, if you don't have anything, if you don't have a whole lot going on today, is it okay if I work on my C project? And oftentimes the supervisor will be happy that you brought up the idea of working on your C project, because there may be times where they don't have anything for you to do. So by you working on your C project, at least they can say, okay, well, yes, they have something that they're doing. They have something that I can give them to do right now. The C project will be asking you questions about each department. And the C project has a lot of drawings, which can take some time, especially if you're not good at drawing. The whole point of phase 2 is to really understand what each department does and if that department is a good fit for you. So that's kind of what the C project is. You'll be going around answering questions in the C project for each department, and that way you'll have a better understanding of what each department is all about, and that will help you. That will guide you in your decision of what department that you would like to be a part of when you come back for phase 3. So a lot of you may ask, well, what department should I pick? Well, if you're good with your hands and you're good at fixing things, then the engine department might be a good fit for you. If you love cooking, then the steward department might be a good fit for you. If you like painting, chipping, navigation, steering the ship, being a part of cargo operations, docking, undocking, then the deck department may be a good fit for you. I will say, choose your department wisely, because once you come back for phase 3 of the program, whatever department you choose, then that's the department you're going to have to stick with. You have to complete the program in the department that you started with. Now, once you finish the program and you're a part of the union, then you can talk to them about what you need to do to switch departments. So you're at the school and you just completed phase 1. It just depends when you will leave to start phase 2. Sometimes it might take a few days before they find you a ship, or sometime it may take 2 or 3 weeks, or it might even take a month before they find you a ship. My second phase ship was NCL, which stands for Norwegian Cruise Lines. Now, a cruise ship doesn't really represent what you're going to experience on a regular ship as a merchant seaman. But I mean, hey, if you end up going to NCL, just be happy, grateful that, hey, you're moving on to phase 2, and hey, you're only gonna have to spend 30 days in each department. 30 days in engine department, 30 days in deck department, 30 days in the steward department, and then you'll be moving on with the program. So in the engine department, you can expect to be doing a lot of painting, uh, cleaning up the engine room, sweeping the decks, mopping the deck, um, going around the engine room, making sure you empty out all of the cans that have oily rags and putting them in a bag, and then taking them where and disposing of them where they belong. Making sure that all the cans that are supposed to have clean rags, that you want to make sure those cans are always filled up with clean rags. So that way, when the engineers or the other people or the engineers or the other people that are part of the engine department go to work on a piece of machinery, or they're going to do any type of work, they'll have a clean rag to clean up tools, or wipe the hands off, or clean apart whatever they may need to use those clean rags for. Okay. Also, when you're in doing your 30 days in the engine department, you might have to do what they call tendering. So I believe tendering was a part of the engine department. So tendering is when the ship is going to anchor in the middle of the sea, not too far from land. And you will have to help passengers board a small boat. And you're going to put on a life jacket, and they're going to lower that boat down to the water, and they're going to take you and the passengers into the dock. Once the tendering boat reaches the dock, you're gonna jump off of the tendering boat onto the dock, take the rope that's attached to the tendering boat, and tie off the tendering boat to the dock. I have some pictures of the inside of the tendering boat, and I have some pictures of the tendering boat on the outside as well, so you'll see that. Pretty much this cruise ship that you're on, the Norwegian Cruise Line, the NCL. This ship, it leaves Honolulu, and then it just goes to 7 different Hawaiian islands, and a couple of those, I think 2 of those islands, they end up staying there overnight. So yeah, it's a 7-day cruise, and they just go. That's pretty much the run. They start out in Honolulu, and then they go to these like 7 different islands, and they just keep going on and on and on. Okay, so now when you're working in the steward department, you're going to be washing a lot of dishes, a lot of pots, a lot of pans. And yes, you have a dishwasher. Yeah, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working, but they try to fix it as fast as possible. But even when you have the dishwasher, you still have to pre-wash the dishes and put them up. And sometimes the cook, he will just finish using the pot or the pan to cook something, and then he'll ask you, okay, hey, can you wash this out real quick, because they need to prepare something else. So yeah, in a situation like that, you won't even have a chance to put it in the dishwasher. You just have to wash it, and then give it back to him so he could do what he needs to do. But I've included a lot of pictures of what the dishwashing area and pots and pans that you have to stack up neatly in the racks. Yeah, I've included a lot of pictures of all of that. Now, when you're working in the deck department, you could be working in one of three places. I was working in the deck department at night on a night shift. So I believe my schedule was like 12 midnight to 8 a.m., something like that. So basically, what you're doing if you work the night shift, all of the outside areas of the ship, um, you're going to be cleaning up those areas. Like there'll be several areas of the ship where they'll have outside bars with tables and chairs. They'll have areas where they have the pool and the hot tub. So you'd have to pick up all of the deck chairs and stack them up neatly, move them aside, move the tables aside. Um, yeah, you have to pick up any and move any furniture that might be in that outside area. Move it aside. Then you're gonna take a broom and you're gonna sweep up all of the trash that's on the deck. After that, you will take a water hose and you're gonna spray down the deck. And you're gonna take a big squeegee and push all of the excess water down. They have drains all around the deck, so you're gonna push all of the excess water down the drains that's on the deck. On the night shift, when it's time for you to take a break and get something to eat, you get to eat at this one of the restaurants on the ship. They call it the Cadillac Diner. The food is free. They have all kind of food like chicken wings, burgers, fries, like American food, things like that. Now the other place that you could be working in, as far as the deck is concerned, they call it the hotel. So this is where you will be doing things like wiping down the handrails, on all of the staircases that the guests go up and down. You'll be, vacuuming the stairs that the guests go up and down, vacuuming certain areas. You'll be wiping down the elevator doors and cleaning the elevator inside the elevator. They might have you help out with the guests' luggage. They put all of the guests' luggage when the guests are coming onto the cruise. They put all of their luggage in a big cage, and you have to push that cage where it belongs and take it where it needs to go. Or you might be working out on deck during the daytime. They might have you, chipping, painting, doing some cleaning, or they might ask you to help with tying and untying the ship. And I'll have, a lot of pictures of the lines they use to tie the ship and the winch and everything like that. You'll see those pictures in the video. Now let's talk about the pay. You only get paid like $3.69 an hour. So, when I went through the apprenticeship program, that was what the pay was. It may have gone up since then. I mean, I doubt it. But you have to look at it this way. You're only an apprentice. And it is technically a free program. So, it is what it is. So, and yeah, you're only making $3.69 an hour, but you also have to look at it this way. Hey, you only have to do it for 3 months, and then you can move on to the next phase of the program. So sometimes you have to take a step back in order to take a step forward. Okay. Now, the rooms on the ship. Okay. You if you go to NCL, you're either gonna have 3 or 4 persons to a room. If you end up going to a regular commercial ship, then you should have your own room. Like 90% of all of the 90% of all of the ships, um, you will have your own room. The other 10% of the ships, yeah, you would have to share a room, which a lot of those are like military ships or really old ships. So, but as far as NCL, you're gonna have 3 or 4 people to a room. So you'll have two two beds on one side of the wall, and then you'll have 2 beds on the other side of the wall, or just one bed on the other side of the wall. Um, then you'll have a small walkway, and then you'll have a with the small desk with a TV and a notepad. And then on the other side of that, you have like I think 3 wall lockers. So 3 or 4 wall lockers. So everyone in the room has a place to put their things in the locker. Um, you have so yeah, so that's the rooms. Now, as far as food, you will have they have a buffet for the crew to eat every day, and there's plenty of seating. They have a flat screen TV on the wall. They have chairs where you can sit. They have booths where you can sit. Um, and they also have a crew lounge. So in that crew lounge, you have books, you have DVDs, you have board games. And you also have a TV in there as well. And they also have a place where you can. It's a smoking area, but it's also a place where people can hang out on the bow of the ship. Um, and they have seating out there, and you can take in the beautiful scenery of Hawaii. Um, they also have a gym for the crew. They have a club just for the crew. Um, um, yeah, and also while you're in Hawaii, you should take advantage, because you don't know if you're ever going to get a chance to come to Hawaii again. Unless once you finish the program, you decide to come back and work on NCL. Um, but go out and experience things. Have fun. When I was there, I went to the Maui Aquarium. Um, I went to I took a hike up a mountain that they call Diamond Head. It was one of the state parks out there. Um, yeah, like I said, yeah, just have fun, but be responsible, because I remember when I went through the program, it was this one guy um, during phase 2, and he only had one day left before he was finished with phase 2, and he was gonna go home. So the night before, he went out that night. He got drunk. He came back to the ship. He was making a bunch of noise, and his next door neighbors, they asked him to be quiet. And then he got into a confrontation with them, and then the ship security came, and then the ship security found alcohol in his room. So you're not supposed to have alcohol in your room. So yeah, he got kicked out of the program with 1 day left. So like I said, have fun, be responsible, but yeah, have fun but be responsible. Um, so like I said, the whole point of phase 2 is for you to, go out and experience working in each department. Um, if you go to NCL, it's kind of hard to experience what it will really be like to work out on deck and um, and what it's really like to work in the steward department. Um, but like I said, um, make friends there, talk to different people. It'll probably be some people there that have actually went out on regular ships that could give you more insight about um, what it's like in the deck, in the steward department. Engine department, for the most part, will kind of be the same as the engine department on a regular ship. But that's it for this video. You guys and gals be kind to one another, help one another out. And also in this video, I'm gonna put a picture of a motivational quote. I hope it encourages you all. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, I'm gonna post as many pictures as I can, so you guys and gals will have an idea of what phase 2 on NCL looks like. Thank you. Love y'all. Take care.